Hello, welcome to Ryu Valley. I think that's how you pronounce the title of this game. Uh, so I'm playing the demo version of it. It just came out today, I think. Right? Let's actually check that. The store page. Hmm. Hmm. Updated demo available. Okay. So it already had a demo version before, I guess. I only heard about it today. So yeah, I have no idea what this game is about, but everyone are talking about it as one of the Disco Elysium spiritual successors. So that is a big slot to fit in, and I don't know how to keep my expectations low if you say something like that to me. Also, it's kind of weird that the main menu doesn't have music at all, so it's kind of awkward. So let's just start. Okay, now it has some music. Available personality points. Okay, so I can add how many points? 9, I think. Which is a bit different from Disco Elysium. In Disco Elysium, if you set all your stats to minimum, you can add, I think, 8 points in total. Let's see. Impulsive, calculated. Let's. So if I add something. If I add only a little bit of it, it has like different stages of that personality trait, I see. Should I read all of this? I think I should. Resolute. You feel neither calculated nor impulsive, but alert and confident. If only you could stay in the state of perfect focus. If I add a little bit of decisional trait, my behavior could be barely described as impulsive, but it's true you are not afraid to follow your gut. Sure, sometimes you act a bit impulsive, or as you like to put it, you are quick. It saves you time and energy. Being called quite impulsive is just another way of saying you are a doer, not a thinker. Yeah, definitely not a thinker. You're a very impulsive person, no question. Why make plans at all when you are when you will either change or abandon them mid-execution anyway? Paranoid. You wouldn't really call yourself calculated, you just prefer to think before you act. Yes, you are somewhat calculated, but what is wrong with finding patterns and recognizing connections? You know you are pretty calculated, you are often overthinking stuff and are generally very cautious. That speaks to me. My personality is very much like that. You are very calculated, you have a plan and a backup plan, and you will keep re-evaluating and upgrading both of them, even when it comes to tying your shoelaces. I am an overthinker, but I don't think I am this much. They may call you too calculated, but what if they are only saying it to confuse you? What is it in for them? Better think it over. I think the game volume is a bit too low right now, but I can't go back to change it, so yeah. Ambiverted. You're neither introverted nor extroverted, and you feel equally fine completely alone as you do surrounded by a huge crowd of people. Being barely introverted, you are fine with socializing most of the time, but communication does leave you exhausted sometimes. As only a somewhat introverted person, you can endure being in the company of others, but you can't perfectly hide how you really feel about it. You are quite introverted, but you still enjoy being in crowds sometimes. 2 could be considered a crowd, right? Huh. Yes. 2 people can be too much to me. I prefer being one-on-one or alone entirely. As a very introverted individual, you neither enjoy nor know how to communicate with others, especially strangers. You're so extremely introverted that you would rather avoid the company of others altogether if it was possible. Okay, I am introverted, but not this much. I think maybe this stage would be the one that speaks to me the most. As a barely extroverted person, you have no problem with spending time alone, but sharing the highs and lows of life with someone else is always preferable. You're somewhat extroverted, you often actively seek ways to prolong conversation more than is strictly necessary. Yes, you're quite extroverted, but not to the extent that leaves people nonplussed. Plus, it's more of a plus 3 to be precise. Ba-dum-ps. I already hate this. Being a very extroverted person only means you are assertive and open, not pushy and vain. Am I right or am I right? As an extremely extroverted person, you seek others and their attention at all costs. Only with them and through them is your existence meaningful. By the way, I should have mentioned that I have a full playthrough of Disco Elysium on my channel. You can check my playlist to see it. I beat it only this January, so it wasn't too long ago. Very good game. It's definitely in my top 10 games of all time. Very influential, powerful, and entertaining. Okay, mindful. You are aware of emotions and don't pretend they are not important, but you won't let them overwhelm you. You are not that sensitive, but you are not afraid of embracing emotions, both your own and those of other people. As a somewhat sensitive person, you easily empathize with others and are prone to surrender to your own emotions. Being a quite sensitive person, you see life as a struggle, especially when they tell you to just chill. As a highly sensitive person, you recognize life for what it is, a constant roller coaster of joy and suffering. In your experience, mostly suffering. If I told you you are hypersensitive, you'd surely burst into tears, and for a good reason. It's the most horrible curse, and there is no one to blame for it but yourself. You are not that indifferent of a person, but you do find it easy to distance yourself from emotions, both yours and those of other people. Being a somewhat indifferent person means you realize that emotions exist, but you usually ignore them. You are quite indifferent, and you have been told that you act like you are divorced from any emotion, but you never really thought of yourself as a cold and caring person. They say you are an awfully indifferent guy, but you couldn't care less. No need for acting or fake smiles, or real smiles for that matter. Being extremely indifferent means you are a stone surrounded by the chaos of the world's emotions. Nothing touches you. Okay, I think I am more indifferent than sensitive, but only a little bit. I do consider myself to be an egoist for sure, but I still have a handful of people that I care about that I will listen to if it's needed, so it's not like I am cold-blooded or something. Let's see. So I think I should add more to being introverted. Maybe this much. I am an overthinker. Yeah, maybe this much, and then indifference. Yeah, I haven't been told that I am cold and uncaring, but I do consider myself to be that. Kind of, but this description suits me more, I think. Yeah. Okay, one more point. I think towards calculated would be better. Yeah. Okay, so these are my stats, and I think that's it. There are no skills like in Disco Elysium, at least for now. So I am indecisive, awkward, and flat. Great. Very positive traits. But those are mine, so... That's how I will roll with this game. The frenetic sound of a century-old clock nudges your back to the present. The stale air perfectly complements the image of the old motel room. Okay, I think the text is a bit too small for me. Can I make it bigger? Maybe this much? It's cool that the game is made in comic style. That I didn't know about this game. Yeah, if I see the main menu, it's actually obvious. Total lack of motivation. It's not that you don't want to do all sort of things, it's more like you lack the capacity to even initiate most of them. What is left of you is a creature, driven by its basic needs and quirks. Your face is blank, your words are bland. There's nothing to be excited about, really. Sometimes people expect you to say something or do something, so you try. Cringe. Well, now, let's not make any rash decisions. We should look at it from the other side as well.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Okay, let's make the game louder a bit. Your personality traits determine your dialogue options. Some options will only be available if you have a certain trait, while others might be blocked by that same trait. Remember, traits are neither good nor bad. They are a crucial part of role-playing a character with a real personality. I understand. The doctor takes off his glasses, freeing his bushy eyebrows. Just note. Yes, you have my full attention, Lai. I sort of spaced out. What was that again? Yeah, this is the most honest answer. I will say that. He smiles.
No worries, Mr. Harrow. I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Yeah, the game is still not loud enough, I think. Slight lack of motivation, more like total lack of motivation. Status effects. Red ribbons on the character portrait shows the status effects your character currently has. Status effects have a negative impact on your personality and dialogue options. You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this farce they call therapy in the middle of nowhere.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions.
Your personality is represented in this part of the screen. It shows your personality axis that you defined during character creation, as well as the trait that you chose. Select hover over a trait to see what it is and what it does.
But for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times, if possible.
Silence befalls the room, a muffled clanging sound from outside, only making the moment more uncomfortable. The sound effects are a bit loud. Okay. Interesting. So this is different from Disco Elysium. In Disco Elysium, you don't actually see dialogue options that are not available to you due to your build, but there I can see it. Blocked by a flat. I can't say that I will try. I'm fine.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
Can't you simply state that I'm fine so we can both move on with our lives? Is another session really necessary? I was hoping this would be a one-time thing. Why do you have to do this here in the middle of nowhere?
It may be hard to understand the need for isolation at first, but my methods require complete divergence from the client's regular way of life, as well as temporary distancing from their social groups and circles. This place is ideal in that regard. However, it's understandable that you need a period of adaptation to both this idea and to your new surroundings.
Okay, the music is a bit overwhelming compared to the voiceover.
That's also why I haven't asked you to hand over your phone. Yet. But please don't be alarmed. We'll talk about everything in due time. Any other questions?
Alright, I can ask other questions as well.
Mr. Harrow.
He looks you straight in the eye.
That is out of the question. This is a court-ordered therapy, and both of us could be fined or worse if we don't see it through. And I have my own professional reasons in addition to the legal ones. You require help, and I've been designated to provide it.
He looks away, stern-faced.
I've never let a client down, and I'm not about to start now. Anything else?
Okay. He lets me know that this is something necessary, so I'm not gonna say anything more. No, that's all. He glances at the clock, almost too fast for you to notice.
All right then. That's it for today.
Through the door, you hear that sound again.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay. My
Give me
guy,
my coffee, you jerk!
my guy looks like a depressed version of Peter Parker, but slightly older version of him. Next to you is the source of the clangs you heard from inside, a young woman beating up an old vending machine.
Spit it out already!
Okay, I can control my guy
Come on,
with
thief!
WASD and a mouse. Would she be here for therapy as well? I can't talk with her because I lack motivation. Who knows, but unlike you, she definitely looks like she needs it. Poor woman, she should consult with a real professional, not a charlatan like Dr. Fink. Nobody needs to be sent away from their home to this dump, regardless of their mental state. Both reprise I wouldn't pick, really. I'm gonna pick this one. Maybe she just needs someone willing to listen to her. Why don't you say hello, see if you could help somehow? Or is that too much to ask right now? It is.
I'll break you open if I have to.
The machine whizzes in suffering. Okay, just like in Disco Elysium, I can hold
Give me my
M2
coffee, you jerk!
and see interactable items. It's coiled like a sleeping serpent. The colors have been bleached by the sun, but you can still make out the image of an orange setting sun, as well as the words Rue Ballet written above the illustration. The picture is quite detailed, but the colors have been obliterated by the sun, making it impossible to discern the main subject, let alone the finer details. You squint your eyes and try to make sense of the confusing shapes, but everything seems blurred and distorted. However, as you keep looking, you finally start to see a magnificent stage, a ballerina dancing gracefully, a lively group of musicians, and an audience dressed in formal attire. Check out the stage. The stage is adorned with elegant curtains, and a strange chandelier is hanging from the edge of the poster. Inspect the ballerina. A ballerina wearing a tutu stands in the center of the poster, on point, with her arms gracefully extended above her head, almost like she's waving to you. Examine the orchestra. The varnished wood of the violins is reflecting the orange hues of the setting sun. The curved bodies of cellos stand tall and proud, and the trumpet player holds his instrument with arched back, his silhouette reminiscent of a tree struck by lightning. Take a look at the audience. The men appear to be dressed in tuxedos, the women in elegant evening gowns. They seem to be fixated on the stage, their overly stylized faces seemingly expressing a range of emotions from awe to excitement. How did a poster for such a highbrow event end up on a wall of a rundown motel in the middle of nowhere? Something is odd here. Did my guy find it odd because of my overthinker trait, or... This bench looks uncomfortable. It was already late afternoon when you saw the sign for the first time, as the bus door opened and a wave of desert hit you in the face. All the other passengers of the almost empty bus remained seated, each lost in their own world. None of them paid any attention to you as you gathered your belongings and prepared to leave the bus. I remember an older woman. Sitting in the back of the bus, her nose was buried in a book during the whole trip. Her wrinkled face was contorted in a look of intense concentration, as if she were trying to solve some complex puzzle. There was a young person with bright pink hair. They were scrolling through their phone with a bored expression, seemingly completely disinterested in their surroundings, as if they lacked any real connection to the outside world. The burly man with a thick beard left an impression for sure. He was leaning against the window, staring out at the desolate landscape, with a faraway look in his eyes. He seemed lost in thought, as if trying to make sense of something that had happened to him a long time ago. I don't want to think about these people. And why would you, even as you were disembarking from the bus? They meant nothing to you. But outside, next to the bus sign, Dr. Fink's smiling eyes were watching you, his brow dripping with sweat in the intense desert heat. He was already analyzing me, trying to think of anything he could use to keep me here as long as possible. Welcome to Rue Valley, he proclaimed, like some poorly written NPC from an outdated video game. I am Dr. Fink, your therapist for the duration of your stay here. It all happened less than 2 hours ago, yet it feels like an eternity has passed since. The sun still burns as bright as if it was in zenith, its heat absorbed by asphalt. You won't get far without a car. Okay, should I be reading the blocked actions for me? I can go for a walk, stare at the road for a while. A feeling of longing and restlessness starts to well up inside you. You can't help but wonder what lies beyond the horizon, beyond the limits of this suffocating desert. Not desert, desert. I think I want to eat something sweet, that's why I keep thinking of dessert. But even if you weren't trapped here, you wouldn't go. You may long for the sense of adventure that comes with being on the road, but all you can do is stand and stare, and wish for what could have become of the young man that you once were, a long time ago. Okay, so this side of the road is blocked. Oh, I can sprint actually. Unlike Disco Elysium, I can't press caps lock to keep running, so I have to hold shift. The transformer is buzzing softly. Garbage dump. Can I actually quick save? Yeah, I can, but it's not actually showing to me if I'm saving or not. Let's see. Okay, it did actually save, just it doesn't show anything when I do. Plastic bottles, some empty, others half empty. A partially eaten breakfast. This is way too loud. Let's reduce the volume again. It's still kinda loud. Okay, it's not a sound effect. Is it an ambient volume? I have no idea, it's still loud. Okay. A partially eaten breakfast, some old clothes, torn and faded, all covered in a mixture of grease and spoiled orange soda. Amid this murky pool, you catch a glimpse of your own face. I can't smudge the reflection with your foot. With my foot. Stomp on your distorted image in the puddle. Hundreds of tiny ripples form in the puddle, but instead of obscuring your identity, even more details of your face emerge. Decades worth of new wrinkles appear, and the poignant expression of a man lost in time becomes even more apparent. The longer you look, the more you see it, the reflection of your inner self. That's not what is inside me. Defiantly step into the puddle and onto yourself. I don't need to look at this, ignore the metaphor and just walk away. Okay, nothing else.
Give me my coffee, you jerk! Spit it out already!
Ryu Valley Motel. Free Wi-Fi, AC, home,
Come on,
clean rooms, cable TV, vending machine.
I'll break you open if I have to.
I still can talk to you, right? Nope. I like the lower frame rate this game has. Oh,
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
for animations, like for this guy when he's running.
Spit it out already!
Yes, Rue Valley
Ooh,
Motel.
that-
Our Coral Destiny internet antenna is down?
That location change slide was so good, like turning the page on your comic book. Also, the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call.
No, the repair tech already came yesterday. Said the internet will be up by noon today.
She says to the person on the other side of the call. Social check, try to get her attention. Is this a white check like in Disco Elysium? Failure, too introverted. Okay. I think it's not percentage based, it's only based on your build, which is interesting. Pretend to look at the leaflets lying on the desk and hope she will address you eventually. So, if I don't have percentage based checks at all, that means the game will have a certain path in which my character can go. So I can't save scam and get some impossible outcomes that in Disco Elysium would require to roll 12, like 3% checks, for example. So I kinda like that. I don't want to save scam. Pretend to look at the leaflets lying on the desk and hope she will address you eventually. So your character will never do something that is out of his character. You grab a leaflet and stare through it, mentally preparing for the imminent conversation. You either manage to look like you're really here for the leaflets, or she simply doesn't care. She responds to the person on the other end. After a few dozens anxiety-filled seconds, you finally realize she's not about to cut her call short just because you happen to show up. Awkward. Move away from the reception desk and stop invading her personal space. Killing time. Time in the game does not progress outside of dialogue, so in order to wait until certain events happen, you need to find a way to kill time. Usually you can do that with various items and interactions around you. For example, reading a book, scrolling through your phone, or just chilling in a cozy chair. So talking to her is useless for now.
Yes, I have rebooted the modem.
A list of rules, you can't be bothered with that right now. The relentless dirt has much and stains the glass. Beyond is the endless flat of the desert. Its vastness is hypnotizing. Wait, stare through the window to pass some time? Maybe later.
Of course it's urgent! Our guests don't have Wi-Fi, the credit card machines are dead, we can't access reservations.
It is a bit weird that I don't see an in-game clock right now. This chair looks very old but sturdy. Sit down. A chair is not a bed, but let's be honest, it's better than standing. Sit patiently doing nothing, mess with your phone while you wait. Stand up. Probably we'll check something else
Listen,
first.
I know what I'm talking about. Your repair tech said it was fixed. Can you just...
Better wait inside or she might start another call as soon as she finishes this one. So I can't actually go outside. Fine. Yeah, unlike Disco Elysium, NPCs have conversations outside of you that are voiced. In Disco Elysium, they only do that in text. The phone bleeps to life with a lock screen that is obviously years old. If it wasn't a collection of pixels, it would be musty with age and neglect. Play a quick match of hyper-casual protagonists. Scroll through your feed to kill some time. Until she finishes the call. Scroll some more. Wait. You started scrolling through stale memes, boring news articles, beach photos of ex-acquaintances, and poorly targeted sponsored posts. In one picture, a grinning middle-aged stranger is apparently showcasing his US baby. Thanks to a cleverly applied filter, both of them sport donkey ears. In an overly long and arguably racist video, a non-native speaker is repeatedly making embarrassing linguistic errors. They often turn out to be unintentional double entendres. Hilarity ensues. After a while, you realize that neither the pictures nor the posts are loading correctly. Check the signal. 1 bar, but you get the feeling that if it could, it would show half a bar. Seems like all these posts were from some time ago, stashed needlessly in your phone's memory. Unless you hook up to some local Wi-Fi, you won't get much internet here. Minutes pass, but the phone call is still not at its end. She responds to the other person, to the person on the other end. The first wave of tiny bow tie. Oh man, the sound effects are so fucking loud. Can I reduce them in a meaningful way? Okay, this is better. Touch. Wait. The first wave of tiny bow tie wearing antagonists appears on your phone screen. Touch one of them. You tap the one carrying a golden fork, and he instantly turns into an amorphous purple splotch. A matching splotching sound effect plays at the same time, further confirming that the bow tie wearing golden fork carrying antagonist is no more. I guess I am supposed to squash them all. And continue squashing them. as your mind spins around the absurdity of this game, and while your fingers roam aimlessly across the screen, a group of tiny bow-tie-wearing antagonists gather near the pile of boxes at the bottom of the screen. Tap the pile of boxes or keep squashing them. Absolutely nothing happens, the little guys keep gathering around. As soon as you are about to get the one with the goatee, a slightly larger antagonist with a monocle and pocket watch enters the play area. Ignore the big gentleman and keep squashing the tiny ones. Tap on the big guy. Try to understand what is going on. You stare at the bunch of random characters on the screen, but the sense of it all escapes you. Why are they gathering around that pile of boxes? Tap the pile of boxes again. Absolutely nothing happens. Tap the big guy. You press your finger against the monocled watchman, but maybe a bit too hard. The tip of your finger slips and you almost drop your phone. You look at the screen after your heart almost skipped a beat and see that the whole screen is taken up by bold fat letters saying temporal disruption. What the hell is going on? The letters disappear and you notice that the whole screen is frozen. The antagonists gathered around the pile of boxes stand still in their weirdest poses. Look if there's anything different on the screen. There is! A small timer at the edge of the screen is ticking down. And it's gone. The screen comes alive for a split second. The antagonists unfreeze and continue to antagonize the pile of boxes. And before you get the chance to do anything, the whole phone is covered in blood. Out of the blackness, disappointing red letters appear. Protagonists defeated. Quit the game. With a quick swipe and finger flick, the game is gone and you're back staring at your old wallpaper. The receptionist is still arguing with the internet service provider and you are getting restless.
Hi, yes, Coral Destiny Antenna, Rue Valley Motel. Oh, case number? It's 6AUG27-RVMT.
He says to the other person, yeah. Put the phone back. Can I exit now? This is useless. Oh no.
The text said it'd be up by noon today, but it's 8 p.m. now.
Still can't talk to her, but I can check out the leaflets. A picture of a huge rocket and a group of people in red jumpsuits cheering with bottles of water. Above it all, the Coral Destiny logo. Look at the other side. A picture of an endless desert. The caption at the bottom reads, "Free bottled water for the people of Rue Valley, courtesy of Coral Destiny, your favorite space agency." Paranoid. Nothing is really free. Nothing ever is. Beware. Put the leaflet back on the desk. I can take it, but I don't wanna.
Yes, your colleagues already suggested I reboot the modem. I even tried a backup router.
Stare through the window. Beyond the empty parking lot, there's only barren desert, stretching for as far as the eye can see. Its emptiness is drawing you in. You hear the receptionist mutter, as if answering some unasked question of yours. And then you notice small patches of green hidden in the sand. It seems there's always something to be found in nothingness if you stare at it long enough. Contemplate this profound insight. Try to count how many tiny bushes are out there. Smudge your sweaty fingers all over the window glass. It's nothingness just an illusion, emptiness but a result of failure to find those little somethings hiding deep inside. You know what I miss? I miss my narrator from Disco Elysium that would read everything for me. I am currently getting tired of reading this much. Is it possible to find something even inside the most hollow thing only by observing it over and over again until something eventually appears? The possibility unsettles you, but at the same time your mind seems to lock itself down, unable or unwilling to continue. So you stay in this cringe, unwilling to discard the thought, but unable to proceed. I think it's already a sunset. After a while, the window stops being interesting. Time goes by and the girl at the reception desk is still talking.
Miss Heard? No, she said Sunday noon. I wrote it down. I'm not... Sunday or later? That's... No. This is such a waste of time.
Finally, the girl hangs up, ending the forever call.
Hi! Can I help you? I would have hung up earlier if I knew you were waiting for me. You're too quiet.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Okay, let's get you into your room. So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is ready for you. And...
She raises her hand, holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
This is your key card.
Thank you. Reach towards the key card. Nod and wait for her to put it on the counter. Okay, I think this is a test of my observations, maybe? My guy is awkward, so I think reaching towards the key will be a mistake.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
She excitedly is waving the card around her head.
Well, we decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Key cards are great, or patiently listen to her story. She nods in response, but then continues as if you haven't said anything.
Actually, one reason, to be perfectly honest, the guests just kept on losing their keys. It was exhausting, and my dad didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks.
So your dad owns this place? Close your eyes, turn your senses off, and wait for her to finish. After some time you come back to reality, only to find her still talking.
How great is that? It makes my life so much easier.
She takes a deep breath, planning to continue, but a notification sound from her phone interrupts her. She immediately grabs the phone, smiles and starts typing a message, as if she suddenly forgot she was talking with you. But after a few seconds, she puts the phone down and hands you the key card.
So, here's your key card, and I'll need your signature here.
Items you pick up are stored here, while not in dialogue. You can click on them to interact with them. Also, some items will show more information on their icon. For example, Wi-Fi availability or battery level on your phone. Read the document first. They won't get you this way, and don't forget the small print.
Oh, are you a lawyer, perhaps?
She interrupts you curtly. Not really. She's right, you're not a lawyer, so who are you kidding? Just sign the damned document and prepare for the unknown consequences. Sign the document begrudgingly.
Thank you for your trust, sir.
She says with a barely visible smirk.
I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. A simple key card with Rue Valley Motel and Room 6 printed on it. I can't do anything with my phone currently. The girl is not here anymore. An old vending machine, its metal shell bleached by the years. The paint is peeling from the wood of the door, but number 6 is new, shiny and chrome. Unlock the door with your key card. A tiny green dot of light shows up near the knob. The door is unlocked. Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire, on the folded sheets, lies a dusty suitcase. Your suitcase, the smallest one you own. I can't open it. I can't deal with this now. Put it away. Yeah, it's such a chore. But the more you prolong it, the worse it will get. If you don't unpack it now, it will feel ever harder and more pointless to do it later. Step by step, a simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Do you really want to crawl back into that deep black pit? Alright, let's open the suitcase and just get it done already. There's not much in the suitcase. Spare clothes, a phone charger, a toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You really weren't planning on staying here long. Well, you better see if they have laundry facilities. Sessions, Dr. Fink said days or weeks, months even. Decisional check. Unpack the suitcase. Whoa, too calculated. Disaster. You couldn't decide whether to plug in the phone charger next to your bed and risk potentially fatal radiation, or next to the bathroom door and risk stepping on the phone while it's charging. So after a while you just put it back into the suitcase. Afterwards you discovered the closet to be so dirty that you decided it would be better to leave your clothes in the suitcase after all. You even returned the toothbrush back to the suitcase after your unfortunate attempt to clean the sink led you to discover that the tap water is a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. Well, living out of your suitcase is the surest way to feel transient. This way, you can at least continue telling yourself that the therapy will be over soon. And now that the suitcase has been dealt with, this motel room is officially your home. This can never be home. It is now, whether you like it or not. There are so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. A small cup is on the shelf. Look at the mirror. The mirror's splotches make interesting patterns on your face. They conceal a dark circle here, a mole there, a bunch of wrinkles. A mole? Could it be skin cancer? The good old mole under your left eye. It's been with you as long as you can remember. Yet, still, has it grown in size a little? Changed its color, perhaps? Pretty sure it has. Perhaps you are imagining it, or it may be too late to worry about it. And you will die in a matter of days. This armchair looks exactly like the one in Dr. Fink's room. You sit on the chair and accept its coziness. Should I sleep on the chair or on the bed? I think on the bed. Just think about your back. Despite the tight sheets and crisp-looking pillows, the bed reeks of dust and age. Crawl into the bed. It creaks and squirms as you crawl into it. You try to make yourself comfortable, but the overly soft mattress swallows you up. As soon as your head touches the rough pillow wall, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. You are desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easy. Just close your eyes and hope sleep will come. Check who is calling. The screen simply reads unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone, masking the identity of the mysterious caller. Answer the phone.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
The line crackles heavily, as if the man is speaking from the distant past. That's me? What can I do for you? Who wants to know?
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
My case? Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy? Who gave you this number?
Well, Mr. Harrow, to be honest, I don't even have your number. It was randomly selected by the computer. The privacy of our potential clients is among our core values here at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy, I can assure you. Now, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
I can't say thank you, but I'm not interested in your services at the moment. Are you referring to my psychotherapy here in Rio Valley?
Mr. Harrow, let me be frank with you. I have no idea where this true valley of yours is, but we will work together to put an end to this undue response to your, well, unique situation. I mean, we have only known each other for a couple of minutes, and I can already see what a strong-willed individual you are. You know what you want, and nothing will stop you from getting it. So I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation?
Well, do I have to decide right now? This is all happening so suddenly.
I completely understand what you're trying to say, Mr. Harrow. To make things easier for you, I'll simply write down your general consent here and forward your case to my colleagues in our paralegal department. They'll contact you shortly. Well, Mr. Harrow, it was a colossal pleasure talking with you. Tschüss!
Before you have a chance to say anything, the phone line is already dead. But at least now you know you're not the only one who realizes the absurdity of this mandated psychotherapy. Close your eyes again. And they will call right now. And as your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Whoa! Mind map, memories. This is your mind map. It is a representation of all the memories you have and how they are connected. When a new memory is available, you can record it by clicking on it to activate it. Once the memory is activated, it can open dialog choices in relation to that memory. Okay, let's see. I see icons, a blonde woman, a road, I think. Okay, others are not clear. From the blur of half-formed memories and impressions, an image of the receptionist emerges. You are desperately trying to catch her attention, but she's completely engrossed in the ongoing phone call. Pretend to look at the leaflets lying on the desk and hope she will address you eventually. What a pathetic attempt at acting. Or were you a bad actor on purpose, hoping she'd take pity on you? The motel receptionist is a very talkative girl. You see yourself lying in the bed in your new motel room, holding your phone next to your right ear.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales detective at Interior Paralegal Experts Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Who gave you this number? If they have your number, then they probably know your location. In fact, they probably know what you are thinking right now. I received a phone call from Percy Rugger, a senior sales Out of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows of your new psychotherapist emerge, bouncing up and down as he talks.
Still with me, Mr. Harold?
I sort of wondered though, what was that again? You can't stay in the real world for 1 second, can you? At least you admit it. You have survived the first session with your court-assigned psychotherapist. Despite your effort to act normal, it seems he plans to keep you here for some time. The image of the young woman flashes before your mind's eye. Sorry, but a game called Mind's Eye just released today, and it's been made fun of for being shit. Yeah. She's punching and kicking the old vending machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? I ignore her. It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do, just the bare minimum. A young woman apparently. Oops. As your consciousness keeps spinning around, the carousel of recent experiences warps into a single vision, suspended between sleep and waking. You find yourself staring at the smallest suitcase you own, perched on rumpled motel sheets. Everything is packed. Clothes, phone, charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. I'm ready to go home. As you reach for the handle, you notice a toothless gap, as if the suitcase forgot to fully exhale. Then the gap widens just a little, and something shifts inside. The suitcase jerks. It's just a faulty latch. Let's go already. Better shut it tight first. But the suitcase feels too alive with a loud hiss. The seam splits and a snake's head appears. Lidless eyes fixed on yours. Then more hisses follow and more snakes emerge, liquid as death and cold as oil. Their bodies twist into knots, ready to spill over the sweaty sheets. Close it, close it! You slam the lid down. The latch snaps shut, silencing the hisses for now. I need to check out. Let's bring the suitcase along. Nobody will notice. I got to get rid of the suitcase. Let's shove it under the bed and get out of here. Out of sight, out of mind, as you descend the stairs. Midday heat pricks your neck with sweat, and you think of everything you left inside the suitcase. It's just clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other things. You enter the reception area, no one's here, and even the AC is turned off. The air is hostile and heavy. I can't wait here, it's too hot. The music is a bit too loud. On a desk, a stack of pristine checkout forms sits beside a pen. Perhaps you can just do it yourself. Yes, let's get this over with. Fill out the form. Name, date of birth, length of stay, but a single mischievous drop of ink escapes the pen and begins swelling into a blot, a puddle, a pond spreading across the form as sweat spreads across your shirt. Snatch another form and start over. You slap the new form over the old one. The blood seeps upward. Your sweat drips downward. The paper becomes a battleground of stains. Your tongue feels swollen. Your throat dry. It's no use, just keep writing. You write all the words in black on a completely black paper and sign it in black. Not your fault after all. You did what you could. Now it's time to leave and find something to drink. Get up already. The parking lot shimmers in the heat, asphalt soft underfoot. Across it the vending machine glows like a mirage, its glass fogged with condensation. Insert coin, press the button. The machine hums, light flickering, but no bottle comes out. Insert coin, press the button. You drop another coin, clink, press, hum, still nothing. The world narrows to the clink of metal, the press on your finger, the machine's empty weir. Maybe this time it will work. The checkout dream. You try to leave this damn motel and all that therapy nonsense behind, but everything kept falling apart. How to recover? Not enough willpower. Don't worry, it wasn't even a real memory. Yes, yet it's an echo of my past, but it is an embodiment of my feelings. It is a prophecy. More like random neuroactivity in your brain, synapses sparking from nothing. Please forget about it. It didn't feel random at all. Could be, but are you strong enough to remember it? Brave enough to confront it? Not yet. The sound of a car engine and screeching tires urges you to open your eyes, bringing your back to a miserable reality once again. Status gained thirsty. Some status effects can have a greater impact on your personality. Thirsty, for example, nudges you just one point towards the impulsive side, but some other status effects have a much greater influence, and in some cases drastically change the personality you defined in character creation. Your head is still spinning in a whirlwind of uncontrollable thoughts. Your nostrils pick up a curious smell of dust, and your throat is as dry as desert. It was foolish to hope you'd fall asleep. Get up and find some water. Okay, turn on the tap and drink some water. But this water is disgusting, so let's not do that actually. Let's try the vending machine.
God damn it!
You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle. Even through the tinted windshield, you can feel his frustration.
Come on, start, you piece of shit!
Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or just another patient of Dr. Fink's. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps. Come to think of it, could it be that's exactly what he's trying to do? I'd rather not think about that right now. Right, let's find something to drink. Honestly, I'm kind of bored. I think, oh shit. You jump as if someone jabbed you in the stomach. For a split second the whole world was exploding, but it was just thunderclap. The loudest one you ever witnessed. Does this motel even have a lightning rod installed? Next time it might hit me. Never a dull moment here, shrugged off. Your mind says it's nothing, but your heart is still racing from the sudden shock. It's pumping, but there's nothing to use this unwanted excess of adrenaline for, so it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside out while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of the empty parking lot. It's cool that he put his hood on during the rain. The battered machine seems to be decades old, except for a newly installed comically large reddish button. Check the label on the reddish button. It reads drinking water for the people of Rue Valley, free of charge, courtesy of Coral Destiny. Press the reddish button. With a bang and a clang, the machine vomits out a bottle of water. The almost frozen plastic feels slippery in your sweaty hand. You can't wait to drain it of the precious fluid. Wait, how come the water is for free? Think, man, think! You have allowed yourself to be seduced by the promise of that cool, fresh sip. Stop and ask yourself the important questions. Who benefits from free water? Why would anyone just give away something of value for nothing? What if they poisoned it? Exactly, don't open it. Precautions be damned, drink the water. I think I'd rather stay thirsty. Pour the water out of the bottle to avoid the temptation. But what if they actually want me not to drink the water? You're a genius! They carefully designed everything. The button, the label, the bottle, the whole situation to make you think you shouldn't drink it. Yes, I am so smart. Drink the water. Nah, I think I will pass. Pour the water out. But I doubt there's anything better to drink, so yeah. You rip open the bottle cap and start draining the water until you hold a shriveled plastic husk in your hand. Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Is that a rocket launch? Get away! But you can't run away from the whole sky on fire any better than you can from your own past. At least I don't have to face it. Close your eyes. Your eyelids connect and darkness greets you for a mere second. But as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. How do I let go of it? That's easy. Simply let go of yourself. Nobody can stop being themselves. The receptionist says whimsically, emerging from the whirlwind.
You weren't expecting an old-fashioned tea, were you?
What I wasn't expecting is you. But the receptionist disappears and instead the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits in your closed eyelids. I want this to stop. Squeeze your eyelids tighter. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. I have no choice. Red sky is seeping through the cuts in your eyelids, forming a number. Was he dreaming this?
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Stop the carousel and focus on something else. Surely there's something pleasant to think of instead of this bushy-eyebrowed psychotherapist and this court-mandated therapy. Think of something interesting. But Dr. Fink only seems to become more real.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
It's all right.
He pauses for a moment.
I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now, and will surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Lack of motivation. That is the least of your worries, while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending. Wait, did you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates and cold sweat appears in your armpits.
At all times, if possible.
The doctor finishes, apparently expecting some sort of answer from you. Just not.
Good. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm.
Am I dreaming or is this a time loop?
However, since this is your first session... Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but this one moment of anxiety, it could completely ruin your chances of being sent back home anytime soon. Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are. Yes! There's no denying you are upset, and the doctor has noticed it already. Best to be honest about it. I just started feeling very anxious all of a sudden. He nods.
That's understandable. Sometimes, anxiety seems to appear out of nowhere, which can be quite frightening. But even though the experience is not pleasant at all, you should always keep in mind that it is a completely normal emotion, and as such, it will eventually pass. And may I add, your willingness and strength to identify and communicate your inner state is very commendable.
Wait a second. My calculated trait got stronger. +2. Anxious apprehension. Something's terribly wrong, perhaps everything, and it makes you feel tense and paralyzed at the same time. Deep inner turmoil. +2 sensitive. So I'm not flat anymore.
Trying to understand our feelings is always a good idea, and very often a necessary step in the process of getting better.
He pauses for a moment.
May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
It's not so good.
I guessed so.
He seems to inspect the dark circles under your eyes.
Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight...
He opens his hand, revealing a single purple pill lying on his palm. There is no reflection in his glasses. Above them is a pair of bushy eyebrows. Reach for the pill.
Remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Take the purple pill.
Hopefully it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. All right then. Now, you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thank you. Can't talk to him anymore.
The exit is behind you. That's the bathroom.
May I use it, please?
Of course.
The book's cover is dominated by a stunning redhead, her face elegantly made up, her dress tight. Shadows gather all around her, but a gun in her hand shows she's ready for any threat. Not to mention that with that décolletage, she's definitely dressed to kill. Above the woman, the title, Lilith Undercover. Below the author's name, T.J. Samson. Toilet literature. Okay, can I drink this right now? Dr. Fink told you to take this pill if you have problems falling asleep, but you don't know what is inside. Can you really trust him? That's a good point. Put the pill back. Okay, me being paranoid. Do not... does not let me drink this yet. A troubled and disoriented man meets your gaze from the other side of the mirror. He looks exactly like you, but somehow doesn't feel like you. What's happening to me? Must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't have possibly happened more than a couple of minutes ago, but it feels like an hour has passed since. And then the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from a daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. I can drink this right now. Splash some water on your face to calm yourself down. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills the room as a stream of black water flows out of the old pipe. Yet somehow this doesn't surprise you. Instead, it's almost like you expected it to happen. I changed my mind. I'm not touching that water. Is he imagining this, that the water is disgusting? I'm thinking maybe yeah. Maybe his psyche is this fucked up. There's something fishy about this mirror. Good eye, could it be that there's a hidden camera behind the mirror and he's secretly recording his patients? Impossible, he wouldn't, or would he? Only one way to find out. Open the mirror cabinet. You open the cabinet door carefully. But there is no sign of a secret camera inside. Instead, you find toothpaste, a roll of toilet paper, and a bottle of whiskey. Read the label. In a purple old-fashioned font it says, Nump Night, Sour Mash. The recipe stays the same. 40% alcohol by vol. I don't drink alcohol, so okay.
Refreshed yourself? Feeling a bit better now?
Not really.
Sorry to hear that. But you will get better with time, Mr. Hero. Trust me.
Thank you. The source of the cranks is a young woman beating up an old vending machine. For some unknown reason, looking at her makes you even more nervous. Okay,
I'll break you open if I have to.
I expected this demo to be shorter. I think it's my speed of reading is not great, so I'm actually gonna save here and continue playing tomorrow. Sadly, my voice is dying and I need to sleep soon, so yeah. Okay.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
It's the next day for me, so I can continue playing. I can't use this pill even if I want to at this time.
Out already!
You need something to swallow the pill with. Ask her to let you use the vending machine. I can't talk to her again, so just get away. Right. Probably should try retreading the same paths that I did yesterday. See if something is changed. Okay, nothing new about this trash. Maybe the game wants me to use the pill, otherwise I will repeat this day again. Okay, nothing new about the road. At least I don't think it was something new.
Spit it out already!
I don't remember, but that reckless driver, he didn't leave any trails from his tires, right? I don't think he did.
Physical antenna. Yes. On the roof. Of course it's urgent! Our guests don't have
Okay,
Wi-Fi.
that's the same as always.
Oh, hold on. I have someone on the other line.
That's different, I think. She presses a button on the phone.
Hello, reception. Oh, what can I do for you, Dr. Fink? If it's about the Wi-Fi, yes, he's here. Of course, no problem.
In an instant, the realization dawns on you. Because of your anxious behavior at the end of the session, Dr. Fink must have just warned the receptionist of your condition. Smile at her, avert your eyes. She touches the button again.
Hello? I'm very sorry. I will have to call you back later. Bye.
Nice, so they will not make me sit through this conversation again. She ends the call and turns to you.
Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
She continues in the same breath without waiting for your answer.
Everything is in perfect order. Don't you worry a bit about anything.
Yes.
All right then. Let's get you into your room.
Her voice is full of enthusiasm.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is ready for you. And...
She raises her hand holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
this is your key card.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna reach towards it. You stretch your arm politely, hoping she will hand you the card, but she's completely ignoring your gesture and is excitedly waving it around.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Suddenly she curtails her excitement as if she remembered something.
Oh, you must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
Yes, I am exhausted.
Here.
She hands over the keycard and puts some kind of document on the counter.
I'll just need your signature.
Read the document first. They won't get you this way, yeah?
Oh, are you a lawyer,
Not really. Sign it.
Thank you for your trust, sir. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. Okay, nothing new about this, so let's just proceed. I can't talk to you.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Yep. Should I really
Out already!
drink this pill? I'm a bit suspicious about it. Maybe it will be something that breaks my loop, but it's already a bit different from the last time. Let's do the suitcase again. Why am I afraid of unpacking? Perhaps you are scared of what you might find inside. Or maybe worried that by unpacking you accept that you're going to stay here for some time. They are going to keep me here forever, aren't they? Yes. Perhaps I could relax a bit in the armchair instead. Nah, let's use the washroom first. Okay, I still can swallow the pill. Look at the mirror again. A stranger who looks exactly like you is looking you straight in the eye. Okay, let's refuse the pill for now. This armchair, yeah, sit down. As soon as your buttocks touch the frayed armchair seat, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. All you want is to sleep, but unnerving restlessness is gnawing at you from the inside, like a colony of termites munching on a piece of dead wood. Stare at your suitcase. What a pitiful inert object. It's full of my stuff. Clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, might as well be empty. But it isn't. And it won't ever be without your help. Mess with your phone. Yeah, but that's the same thing. Scroll through your feed, that always makes you drowsy. You start scrolling, but every post looks like you have already seen it before. Same old. Let's praise the match. As soon as the first wave of tiny bow tie wearing antagonists appear on your phone screen, an uneasiness starts building inside you. Playing this game right now, for some reason it feels unsettling. This was supposed to be relaxing. It's not your fault, you're simply too nervous to play a stressful game like this right now. Put the phone away. Yeah, they really are forcing me to take the pill, huh? Just close your eyes and hope sleep will come. Put it on silent and ignore it. Your ears are pierced by a ringtone that you swore to change years ago. You silence your phone as the mystery of the caller's identity gently teases you. Close your eyes again. And as your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. This again. Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety engulfs you. Get away! But you can't run away from the whole sky being on fire any better than you can from your own past. Then, suddenly, everything happened again. Everything again, but nothing after. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Things. When did this happen? This evening, but later. For a split second the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. Never a dull moment here. Your mind says it's nothing, but your heart is still racing from the sudden shock. The meaning of what you have just experienced is still hard to grasp. Is this some weird deja vu? The memories seem so real, and yet these things clearly never happened. Have you actually gone completely mad and they were right to send you to Dr. Fink? But what if the careless driver really does show up? What if lightning actually strikes the motel and the night sky turns red? The combination of several specific memories can create an idea, and with enough inspiration or willpower points, you can turn that idea into an intention. Intention opens new dialogue options that will lead you through the journey of completing that intention. Keep in mind that not all that you intend can be successfully achieved. Memory or fantasy? How could you remember something that is yet to happen? Then again, why would you imagine events so specific? Not enough of willpower. You want to get up and find out if these strange memories will play out in reality, or if it all is but the fever dream of a lunatic. Yet you can't. It's all too much. All you really want to do is forget you ever even had these weird visions. To forget about being here. To forget about the incident. Stay in the armchair forever. It's raining again, so everything will happen again, huh? You will feel thirsty again. There's nothing else to do but swallow the purple pill. Close your eyes again. As soon as you close your eyes, the images return again, chasing one another. You can't seem to calm down until at last you open your eyes again. Back to my phone, but nothing happens. Alright, time to drink the pill. Swallowing a pill without any water is not a pleasant task, true, but getting up only to get some water definitely feels like too much of an effort. Force the pill down your throat. Using saliva as a lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. You have no idea how long it will take until its effects kick in, so there's nothing to do but wait. But gradually your thoughts begin to slow down and your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you. No fear. Status lost, anxious apprehension. Was I choosing which status effect would I remove in this time? Was it the purple pill? It doesn't matter, nothing matters. Embrace the sweet relief. Like a leaf on the wind, you are tossed this way and that. But what is this? A tiny spark of light seems to have taken root deep inside you. It must have broken away from that mighty forked bolt of the brightest lightning you ever saw earlier. A spark still without shape, still without purpose, but full of potential. The sound of the loudest thunder jerks you out of your slumber. The speck of energy, now fully grown, is pulsing in your chest. You remember this feeling. I got rid of my lack of motivation. Inspiration points are small sparks of inspiration that you can use to motivate ideas and turn them into intentions. Be aware that when you spend inspiration points, they are gone for good. And as you finally recognize what it is, your pathetic attempt at forgetting about what you experienced earlier is shattered. Okay, let's commit to this intention. You have to find out if the careless driver showed up again. You must know if the sky will really be set ablaze. You need to see everything that will happen again, and if it does, you need to remember. Get up. Active intentions. Here you can see your active intentions. Select hover over them to see more details about how to complete them. Clicking on an intention will open the mind map with that intention in focus. The rain has slackened off, and you see nothing out of ordinary, nothing you could put your finger on. If the careless driver visited the motel, he has surely left already, while you are sleeping. Yet, as you exit the room, the hair rises on the back of your neck, and an eerie sensation takes hold of you. Investigate strange occurrences, glance towards the parking lot. As you stare at the reflections on the wet, dark asphalt, the memory begins unfolding in your mind again. He enters the car, starts the engine, and then he hits the transformer while driving in reverse, smashing his rear light before driving away in a cloud of smoke. If this really happened, you may be able to find some evidence down there. That's right. As you come closer to the transformer, you immediately notice a couple of red plastic shards. Inspect the transformer. The transformer doesn't show any obvious sign of the impact. Look at the shards. There are several small ones scattered all around, translucent triangles and rhomboids. The largest of them is lying right next to the transformer, tiny and wet, boldly staring at you from the dirty asphalt. Inspect the largest shard. The shard is obviously part of a broken tail light. This means he's been here already. There is no other option. Or is there? It could have been lying here for days from some other vehicle. I knew I would find something here, and I did. Is this all a hoax? Am I being set up? Could be, if only there was a way to know for sure. Uh-oh. And then, before you can wrap your head around all this, the skies are once again set ablaze, exactly as you remembered, only confusing you even further. What will happen now? Will you find yourself back at Dr. Fink's office in a moment? Will you remember anything? Or was this a one-time thing and the evening will now continue as if nothing has happened? Befuddled, you cast your gaze on your wristwatch. It's 8:47 p.m. From now on you will have the exact time displayed here. Pay attention to it because in Rio Valley, situations change when the time changes. Characters might leave some locations and arrive at others. Their mood might change and they might act differently at different times. Oh no. The frenetic sound of the alarm nudges you back to the present.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell?
Everything happened again. Wait, don't answer him. He's only trying to confuse you, to make you forget.
Mr. Harrell, can you hear me?
And you need to remember. I was daydreaming. You were, until the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you. A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside interrupts your train of thought. And suddenly an image of a young woman punching and kicking the old vending machine emerges in your mind. But like the first rock in an avalanche, it's inevitably followed by others, and more memories start emerging. The receptionist, the funder, the mysterious driver, and finally that of yourself, standing in front of the transformer, under the fiery sky, hoping you won't forget everything again. Wrap up this intention. As you struggle to put the memories in the correct order, your mental fog dissipates, and two simple words form on your lips. Time loop. As you struggle to put the memories in the correct order, your mental...
Time loop?
Seems like you are trapped in some sort of time loop, where the same 47 minutes repeat over and over. This all happened only in 47 minutes? Yeah, the alarm clock showed that it was 8 PM when you start Dr. Fink. But... what? It's getting so dark and rainy in 47 minutes doesn't seem plausible to me. Dr. Fink's voice pulls you back to the old motel room.
I don't think I follow, Mr. Harrow. Would you care to elaborate?
Oh. Thank you for playing Real Valid Demo. Man. Demo survey. It's a website, okay. Is there anything interesting in this? Like some... Okay, I'm gonna read the questions. My gender, male. My age. Currently I am 26, but I'm gonna turn 27 in 1 month. Where am I from? Asia. What kinds of games you usually play? Let's see. Shooter Battle Royale. I used to play Apex Legends until 2022, I wanna say. I think I was playing a bit also in 2023, but only a little bit. Maybe 10 matches, and then I completely stopped playing that game. So, well, I do play shooters in general, yeah. Action adventure, yes. MMO RPG, no. Action RPG, hack and slash, sometimes. TRPG, Disco Elysium counts, right? But that's the only games that I played of this genre, I think. Strategy. I used to play Rise of Nations and Company of Heroes, but other than that, not really. Crafting, sandbox, survival, not really. MOBA, no. Simulators, racing, sports. From racing games, I like old Need for Speed games, and Forza Horizon 4 is alright. So, yes. Collection card games. Mostly Hearthstone, and Inscription doesn't really count, right? Fighting games. Tekken 7 and older Mortal Kombat games, and Guilty Gear Strive I just started playing, yeah. Puzzle games. The only one that I really would count is Payne's Creek Killings, but other than that, nah. Visual novels. I have read Katawa Shoujo, Fate Stay Night, If Heart Had Wings, I think it was called, and then Devil on the G-String. Valhalla, I think, counts. Yeah, so I do play them. Have you played any of these games? To the Moon, yes. To the Moon series are good. I have played almost all of them. I only need to beat the beach episode and some side ones, like Christmas ones. Life is Strange, nope. Pentiment, I might play it. Disco Elysium, yes. Bookwalker, no. Road Warden, nope. Game Deck, no. The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante, no. The Red Strings Club, no. 12 Minutes, no. Planescape Torment. That game I am a bit interested in, but not yet. Okay. Now tell us about your experience in Ryu Valley demo, spoiler alert. How far did you go into the game? Okay, I finished the whole demo. Which aspects of the game did you enjoy the most? Alright, so visual style is good. I like how it looks. I think a lot of things currently are inspired by Spider-Verse, right? Seeing my guy walking in this intentionally low frame rate to contrast with everything else is definitely something that they thought of from Spider-Verse. Story... I can't say that I am intrigued. Not right now. I don't know. I hope this demo was its own thing, and if the game launches, it will start from a different point. I would prefer that. If I have to do this again, oh man, I would be a bit bored. But maybe next time they will give you more options to do. Maybe more characters to interact with. So I didn't enjoy the story for now. Locations reminds me of maybe Nevada, so that's cool, but I wouldn't say I enjoyed that really. Voice acting and sound design. Voice acting was alright. I wouldn't say that it was remarkable. It just wasn't bad. Sound design was, on the other hand, kinda problematic. I didn't like the audio balancing in this game. When you are inspecting that garbage dump, I think it was super loud, but other noises are very quiet. Writing. I wish this game was funnier. The comedy either wasn't present or it just didn't speak to me. Maybe I didn't understand it, or I wouldn't say I enjoyed it. Disco Elysium hooks you right from the start, from the very opening. In comparison, user interface without the mind map part. It was a bit simplistic, but it reminds me of Telltale games. Mostly I'm talking about the Walking Dead series. Seeing the square icons on the bottom left, yeah, reminded me of that game. It's alright. I wouldn't say it's bad. Okay, the mind map has potential. It reminds me a bit of a map that shows your skills in... it doesn't show your skills. It shows what kind of challenges you can complete in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Yeah, that game, it's map of sequences that you need to finish to get some value and skill points. It was good. So the mind map was good. Characters, visuals. So the game models look good, but their portraits are not very inspired or detailed enough, honestly. They, I think, are too simplistic. Mostly I didn't like the receptionist. I think her portrait clashes with everyone else's. She looked like she was drawn in a different art style. She stands out to me, so I didn't like that. Protagonist's personality impact. I actually did like that. I did like seeing which options are not available to me and which ones I was forced into because of how my guy was. Which aspects of the game did you enjoy the least? Okay, yeah, so the story, the sound design, and maybe the writing. I think this demo needed a better hook. I understand that Fiery Sky probably was from the rocket launch that Leaflet mentioned. It's not supposedly lethal, but it might have been lethal. Maybe it went bad, exploded and killed everyone in the vicinity, maybe. But for now, I'm not super interested in seeing what would happen. Maybe if our guy can, after realizing that this is a time loop, in this 47 minutes he can evacuate everyone or something. Not a good enough premise for me. How likely would you recommend Rue Valley to your friends with similar preferences? It's not disco. It could be good in its full version. They can fix my complaints, yeah. But for now, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, how many of these do I have? Okay, just ratings. How do I like the visual style overall? So. It's fine. Character animations, good. Dialect interface and fonts. Nothing special. Mind map interface. It's a bit weird. I think it was lower resolution than it's supposed to be. It didn't look clear enough for me. So, Did you encounter any difficulties with mind map interface? Not really. It was pretty intuitive. Okay, I didn't like the story in the demo. What do you think about the part of the story that was presented in demo? I liked it and I'm looking forward to playing further. I didn't find it very interesting so far, but I want to give it a chance when the game comes out. Yeah. I want to give it a chance, but only after seeing some reviews. Personality system, good. But I wouldn't say that it was very fun. It was too simple, not enough options. It was okay. Status effects. I liked them and tried getting different ones on purpose. Huh. I liked them, but I didn't realize I could get some of them on purpose. Yeah. I didn't get any of them on purpose. Voice acting is okay. Music and sound design. Music was it was just there. So my overall impression of the game, a bit underwhelming, I would say. So 4 out of 10. Actually, that's a bit too low. 5 out of 10. Would you like to share any additional feedback about this demo? The premise is a bit unclear. Wish the hook from the start was more obvious and interesting overall. Demo ends right before it starts being interesting. Okay, I played it on English. I didn't play on French. Would you like to receive news about this? Nah. Okay. Oh shit. Can I? Alright. This was a second demo of Rue Valley apparently. I didn't know about the first one in the first place, so maybe it was even a bit worse than this. I'm not sure if I will release this video. I think it was a bit boring. Sorry if I didn't have a good commentary, but my excuse is that the game itself wasn't presenting me much to commentate on. Let's be honest. I think this game has potential. It could be good, but for now I think it needs a lot of work. Yeah. When it's supposed to release actually? Release date. Is it unknown? I think it is unknown. It doesn't say anything clear. Okay, so if this game is in very early stages of development, if it will release maybe in like 2-3 years, then yeah, I can see this game being great potentially. But for now, it just isn't fun enough, not funny enough, not clever enough, not interesting enough. I just was a bit bored the whole time. Didn't have anything to say about the game. It was just like it was just mid. So I hope that my feedback was clear on what exactly I didn't like. Not sure who even will watch this. I'm pretty sure that you were bored watching this, so I'm sorry about that. But at the same time, the game itself was so I just couldn't be entertaining enough to overwhelm this game with my personality. So I guess we both were boring, sorry, yeah. So I will keep my eye on this game and hope that it will be good, but it has a lot of rivalry with other Disco Elysium spiritual successors. There are a lot of them, so the one that I was interested in the most I don't remember how it was called, but it basically was Disco Elysium in Scandinavia, I think. So that one looked very cool to me on surface. It probably might be mid as well, so maybe if that game has a demo as well, I will play it too and compare it to Rio Valley. So if that happens, see you there, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.